I've got a handout that I'd like you guys to fill out, make some marks on, let me know how you feel about a lot of these trade-off type questions, so I can share that with our board of directors. And can I give you 10 minutes to work on that? And then I'll come back with the next part of the presentation.
Sure. There's a question while you're handing that out, maybe you can just kind of fill in. You just said that if there's not a frequency, it kind of kills the route. So
yeah,
I'm concerned about, it sounds like a kind of a loaded survey. You've already told us that the effectiveness of the route diminishes if it runs less frequently because of all this transfer and things like that. But doesn't that mean that you're automatically leaning towards the ridership side of the spectrum?
Well, as you'll see in the next part of the presentation, there is that ridership coverage trade-off. There is that access issue. So I'm telling you, if you want to go more ridership, this is what the impact would be on people. I'm asking VTA's board to make a decision. I don't want to make that decision personally, but I want people to understand what that means. And that's why we're having this entire dialogue.
You know, in this valley, we have the government agencies like VTA. We also have private enterprise like the Google buses and that sort of thing. And I just wonder if VTA is in competition with the private enterprise or the private sector in that. And you know, if either one or the other is doing a better job, then one or the other maybe should not be in that business.
Yeah, that's a fascinating question. So the Google buses and other things out there like Uber and Lyft, which can be seen as transit competitors, operate very differently than VTA. So those Google buses, they're buses, we think of them as transit, but we need to really think of them as a perk that Google employees get. Time that's spent on the bus is time that they get paid for. They get free Wi-Fi, secure Wi-Fi. It's a way to get them to and from their homes. And it's something that Google pays for. They pay about $10,000 a year per customer to do that, per passenger. Well, to provide the and if VTA did that, that would be our least cost-efficient service by a mile. It's really expensive to provide that service, but it's worth it to Google to do it. And if they want to do that, I say I'm happy to let them do that because that's not a market that VTA belongs in. The thing that we do best is the big network. And when we try to get specialized and try to compete with these other services that don't really have a budget to worry about, we're not going to fare very well. Same thing with Uber and Lyft and those ride-hailing services. They charge more money. They go door to door. Their vehicles are smaller. It's easier to reserve one on your phone than it is to go wait a corner for a bus. I see those as opportunities to better serve those markets and let VTA focus on the things it does best. Right, I've got hands in the back.
Just a quick question as you're filling this out. There's two ways of looking at this. I can fill this out for me personally, which would be a huge difference in filling it out for what I think the community needs. I would fill it out almost opposite. So what would you like to see?
I would say you personally. Think about what you value.
No, you got a community. I mean, so all right. Let me just give. I'll give my opinion, and you can take it for what it's worth. But this is a collection of communities in here, and I hope that one of the things that you've heard throughout all of our presentations is how can we put the community as a priority for what the needs are overall, although it may not be personally what our specific interests are. I hope that's a strategy or a goal that we have overall to help our cities come together. And so while you may personally want something specific, what do you think is necessary personally that the area needs? And that may or may not be what you personally want. That's my opinion. That's
their survey, so.
Okay, but I'm just giving I'm just weighing in from our perspective.
How many people here actually have ridden the bus within the last 5 years? About one. Okay, so about half. Okay, that's good.
I rode the bus for 4 years. I was in that I did transportation. And I used to call it into your service people when I had a connection there with Shire. happens at first in town, and as all those light rails come in, and you're a pedestrian waiting to get on one, but you have to wait for 5 signal lights because the engineering here. And it's a real ball buster. That'll do. Yeah, the other thing I'd like to know, and it's not on there, learning how to ride VTA takes time.
That's an excellent point. So I started driving VTA when I was 14 to go to school. And it was a real challenge to figure out the scheduling maps because it's just a squiggly line on paper with very little context. And you collect all these maps and try to figure out how, my bedroom floor I had maps laid out to try to figure out my trips. And finally I was on a bus that had the entire system map, and that was like the holy grail because I finally figured it out. And I stopped riding VTA, I got a car.
And you bought a car, right?
And then I developed an eye condition that makes me very light sensitive. And I'm no longer able to drive a car. I haven't been for 3 years. And I'm back riding VTA to get everywhere I need to go. And those same terrible maps are out there. And I've really started documenting and complaining to my department that we make it hard on you to become a transit rider. You see a white bus with a number on it, and now you have a homework assignment to figure out if that can even benefit you. And understanding the fares, understanding the times, getting your schedule, going to the website, which isn't a great website, makes it difficult. So I'm talking about one aspect of making transit better, but that is part of a family of improvements that we're working on and hope to have better in the next year or so.
But that engineering at First and Townsend, that could happen right here at Winchester Street. But it's not.
We'll need to have to work on that.
Yeah, Google has a map.
Yeah, Google has a transit coordination feature.
I was just wondering, are you working on an app? I mean, I know like I go to Washington DC and it pops up on my phone that the bus is coming. So, and I know exactly when it's coming and time for me it's here. So are you looking at something like that?
We are. The hang-up we have right now is that not all of our vehicles have reliable geolocation infrastructure on
Oh,
them.
you're kidding.
We're putting that, we're way behind it. We're an embarrassment for Silicon Valley in that regard.
Yeah.
But we should have
Garmin.
that done in a few months. We have an app ready, a multimodal trip planner, to be able to do everything on your phone, coming as soon as possible. Yes, sir.
I'm just speaking from a citizen level here, and it seems to me, I haven't ridden the bus in many years because it never got there in time. I was always either so late or too early or whatever, or I couldn't get one because I work 24/7 in Silicon Valley. And that's 7 days a week, 3 in the morning, there's no transportation. I mean, I'm just talking from that point of view. So, and I'm just noticing that buses are too big. If they were smaller and took half the people in each vehicle, it would save gas and it would be more able to take as many people who needed to go speedily to someplace. They could be specific. For people like us at 11 o'clock in the morning when we have a doctor's appointment, we could get on and get that bus if that was specific to get to the medical centers where the doctors are. That kind of issue is important to me for a senior. But other people who are working every day and working 24/7, they need to know that there's buses that are available for whenever they get off work or when they have to get to work and they have to get there fast. So I'm thinking smaller buses, more specific buses. We're only going to Google, or we're only going to the area of Google, or we're only going to the area of the airport, or just going to the game, whatever game it is. And that kind of issue is not there for buses. It's very difficult to figure out maps and very difficult to figure out how much it costs and how much change you have to have and all that. We don't know. Or we get a ticket in advance for a month and that may or may not work. I don't know. It's where if you have to try to figure out how to get the bus specifically, if you have to change a lot. So this is all these issues, and I just wonder, are you dealing with any of that kind of issue? That kind of
Everything
situation?
you just said, I have heard before, and I encourage you, if you can pass out some of those blue comment cards, I'd like to document that so that I can bring it back to my board of directors and let them know that this is what people are telling me. I think
Permit me to hazard a guess that the maintenance of a short, smaller bus is about 90% of that of a regular full-size bus. The engine still breaks down, and it's all the same repair costs. There's a little bit more engine wear because of the higher weight of the bus, but I can bet you the maintenance costs are almost identical.
Yeah, I'd be out of my league if I.
Okay, the other one, that there's a serious conundrum in terms of service coverage, and that is that your coverage is cut back heavily on weekends. People who ride the bus spend so much time riding the bus just to get to their job and back, they do not have any time for personal errands during the weekdays. They're lucky just to get home and feed their children, if anything. And as a consequence, all of their other shopping errands, bill paying, and all that has to be done on the weekends, and the bus service on the weekends is abysmal, to be very polite.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to talk about that in a few slides.
Good.
You're making it better.
And Adam, I was going to note that the 10 minutes that we said we were going to
Yeah.
take the.
Oh, okay.
A long time ago.
I'll keep going.